Yo, what is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 6 of the Arsenal Football Manager 2015 playthrough. Hopefully you guys are good. Today I've got for you guys the North London derby. We're going to be taking on Tottenham Hotspur away from home in the league. Then following that up, we have the Capital One Cup quarter-final against Chelsea. So a double whammy again today. Of course, last episode, if you missed it, was a huge kind of episode. I recommend you go check it out if you missed it. There was some crazy stuff, 60-yard goals, 3 red cards in one game. It was pretty mad. And today we've got a slightly shorter episode because it's only 2 live games. There's been no game since the previous game, but hopefully you guys are going to enjoy regardless. So just a recap of last game. We did win 3-0 against Liverpool in the league, and then we beat Shakhtar 3-2. We go into today's game against Tottenham on the back of one league win. Of course, we lost our incredible winning run to West Brom just a few games ago. Hopefully that Liverpool 3-0 win is going to put us back on the straight and narrow, and we can get another win today. We are taking on Tottenham, who we did beat in the Capital One Cup first kind of knockout round. They're currently 14th in the league. They have got a game in hand on a few of the other teams. We find ourselves in second going into this league game. However, a win here would put us back top of the table ahead of Manchester City on goal difference. This is the Sunday kickoff. It's Super Sunday. Let's get into this. Let's see how we get on. Full strength side. I'm very confident here. I have a good feeling about this game. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Of course, we did absolutely spank Tottenham last time we met. I'm hoping we can have more of the same today. Of course, we have the momentum, having had that extraordinary turnaround in the Champions League. But hopefully, we can go out today and really show our class and upstage Tottenham. We are going to be away from home, so I'm not sure where we'd lie kind of in the odds here. I guess just our fine form in the league is probably enough to warrant us to be considered kind of the favourites going into this game, to be honest. Going to be interesting to see how we adapt. Tottenham playing a 4-4-1-1, so they're going to be playing with Eriksen just off their striker, then looking for their wider midfielders to drop slightly deeper than in our formation, for example, and help out defensively. Perhaps they're a little bit paranoid of what we've got going forward. But anyway, we've got a chance here. Khedira at the edge of the area, spreading the ball nicely. Debuchy with the cross, hits the near post. Paulinho plays it safe. Bit of a mad start to the game, but 30 minutes in, not a lot happening. But Tottenham with possession here after a deep free kick in their own half. But Townsend with the run, Szczesny with a good save. And half an hour in, 50-50 possession, not many chances either way. I would have liked to have seen us look a little bit more threatening here. Szczesny kicks the ball terribly. He will redeem himself, though, with that fine save. But that was a little bit dubious, what he was doing there. But anyway, we've got a chance here. Marcelo plays in Royce. Royce! Saved by the keeper. That is the first clear-cut chance that's come our way, and we have failed to take it, which is painful to say. Unfortunately there, Lloris in goal for Tottenham, standing tall and strong, and we weren't able to beat him. But anyway, running into the end of the first half here, Tottenham perhaps looking like such slightly the better team. I'm going to tell the players here that I need them to play better. I'm not happy. Going to get them fired up. I am going to make a few minor alterations, I think, here. I'm going to reduce the tempo but play shorter passing. I want us to push slightly higher up. So we'll see how we get on here. Those tactical changes not coming into effect just yet, but we've got a chance headed away. And now Tottenham potentially able to hit us on the break maybe. Adebayor with possession. Nathaniel Klein, who they've signed on this save, charging forward. He has an opportunity. That was a fine tackle by the defenders. And now I believe our tactical changes have taken effect. Yes, they have. Let's see if we can get our foot slightly more on the ball. Soldado with a chance for them. He fails to take it. Right now, we are being dominated. I was about to make a tactical change, but another highlight has started. We need to change something here. They're having far too much space. Ozil wins the ball back nicely. Royce to Ozil. Khedira. Giroud. There's options ahead of him. Sterling's made a run. Koscielny. Nice play here, but we now need to charge. Can we create an opportunity? Sanchez whips the ball in back post. Royce is there. He makes it 1-0. What a goal that is, and we take a 1-0 lead against our local rivals here in a game that we've not performed particularly well in. But now is the time to make a few little minor alterations. I'm going to drop wider midfielders out into wide midfielder roles. I want us to be a little bit more conservative here, have a few extra men in the centre. Hopefully use that to our advantage here to kind of just firm things up in the middle and maybe get a little bit more time on the ball. Sanchez pulls up there with a kick and he's going to be injured, but we do get a goal. So we've kind of, I want to say that's a good result. Obviously, Sanchez not getting injured, it's not ideal at all, and it could be quite serious because it happened immediately. It wasn't like he took a knock. But regardless, in getting that injury, he has put us 2-0 up. Giroud there with his 10th goal of the season. Sanchez is going to have to go off. But that minor tactical change that I've made in terms of dropping in a few midfielders seems to be doing a better job now of maybe just giving us a little bit more authority on the game in the midfield. We were perhaps lacking a few players in deeper areas, and our wider midfielders were getting a little bit alienated. That looks to have been rectified here, although Soldado with a chance. He's through, he buries it, he's going to grab the ball. 15 minutes left on the clock. Tottenham perhaps with a way back into this game. Adebayor injured for them. Well, at least Tottenham don't have too many alternative striker options. Be interesting to see who they actually stick up to lead the line here. Lamella's come on for Adebayor, but I don't think he can actually play striker. But anyway, chance here potentially. Ericsson having the ball played through to him. Mertesacker will collect. Szczesny just get it away. Paulinho wins the header, but we've got the ball here in a very good position. Tottenham with caught short at the back, but they will defend. And now Rose pumps it up. Soldado, Szczesny, get there. In the beta, the keepers do some weird stuff in that situation, so I was a little bit paranoid as the ball was trickling towards Szczesny, but he's dealt with it. Giroud forces a fine save out of Lloris. We are looking good here. Ball into the back post, cleared away. Can Raheem recycle possession? He will do. Fouled, maybe? Foul is not given. Ericsson with the ball now. Tottenham committing men in this attack. Soldado to Danny Rose. Off the post. Marcelo clears it away. And that might be all she wrote. We have lived life on the edge this game. We are going to go away, it looks like, with a 2-1 win unless there's a horrifically late sting in the tail. Nathaniel Klein smashes it over. That will be the end of the game. That is a fantastic win. A win that we probably didn't deserve. We did not play our best football, but we've got away with it. Hopefully Sanchez isn't out for a long time. Unfortunately, he got that injury right when you didn't... Well, I guess he got the injury setting up the goal. So was the damage of potentially losing one of our main men worth it for the 2 extra points that we got for actually winning the game? It does see us return to the top of the table, which is lovely to see. However, it has come at a cost, unfortunately. So that's that game. Everton won their game alternatively. So let's have a quick check here. Alexis Sanchez is going to be out for 4 to 5 days. The panic is over. Guys, I'm going to jump forward to the Capital One Cup quarter-final day, and I'll rejoin you guys in just a second, where we'll be taking on Chelsea in the second big game of this episode. The stage is set. It's the Capital One Cup quarter-final. We're going to be taking on Chelsea, who spanked us just a few episodes ago 3-0 in the league. Can we get some revenge over them here? We're ahead of them in the league. We want to beat them here. I want to win every bit of silverware I can with Arsenal. We go into this game off the back of that last game where unfortunately Sanchez got injured. As a result, I am going to make some changes. You can see fitness is a little bit of an issue across the board. However, I believe after this game we've got at least a little bit of a break. In fact, no, we haven't. We've got the Man City game. Oh dear, this is going to be tricky because I kind of want to keep fresh legs for the City game. I'm going to rejig the team a little bit, but without kind of reinventing the squad. I think it has to be done. I'm not really a fan of rotating the squad, in every situation, but I kind of feel like here I've got to save some legs. The league has got to be a priority. I said it's just a second ago, I want to win everything. As much as I want to win everything, I also want to, do well. In the league, and the league is kind of more of a priority. So players like Walcott and Wiltshire can come in, who in themselves, they're not terrible players by any means. They're more than adequate replacements for the players they're going to be coming on for. So I'm not too worried about that. Overall, the kind of fitness isn't a massive issue, to be honest. It's not the end of the world, but particularly in the dynamic areas where we have our 3 attacking midfielders, the players just aren't going to be able to last for 3 games in the space of 6 or 7 days. It's just not realistic. As a result, we'll go with players like Sterling and Royce on the bench. I'm tempted to even rest Ozil, to be honest, which is a bit mad that I'm even contemplating that. I'll tell you what, I'm going to play Ozil in the final third to begin with as the shadow striker. This is how we're going to line up. So, we'll see how we get on here. Obviously, not really an ideal situation, the fixture congestion, the fact that our last game was on a Sunday kind of doesn't really help things because, as you can see here, we've not really had a break in quite some time, and we are going to be playing 3 games in 6 days, which is mad in itself. But anyway, we will see what we can do here. We can't make excuses too soon. We have a game to win here. We are the favourites to win. Apparently, we have enough to win against Chelsea. The absence of Felipe Luis and Nkulu will hit Chelsea hard. So Chelsea without 2 of their first choice defenders, which is quite nice. They are going to have Dragovic, Aspilicueta, Ivanovic and Kale is not a bad back line, but you can see they're setting up fairly defensively all in all, with both Mikel and Matic starting. A little bit of negative football by Jose Mourinho, so I guess FM has got that right to a certain extent. But anyway, we'll see how we get on here. Going to try and fire up the players, tell them I've got faith in them for this game. Of course, as I mentioned, we're kind of playing a fairly rotated squad in terms of it's kind of a 60% strength. There's more than half of our first team players are going to start here, but we are without perhaps our best players in the more key areas in terms of the attacking midfielders. But anyway, Chelsea with a chance here. Long throw by Aspilicueta, chucked into the box. Dealt with fairly well, however, ball is still there. Hazard is going to rattle the crossbar from 30 yards. Not a bad effort by him. Looking at the stats, fairly 50-50 game. Not too many chances going either way here. We'll see what we can do here. I'm not really sure what's happening here. We've got a commentary going on and the ball's just going mad over here. Well, the game is in beta, but that is incredibly confusing as to what the ball's doing. But anyway, let's focus on the game here. As you can see, Chelsea having a few more chances early on. Costa here with a chance. He's through. He goes round the keeper, but he cannot direct it goalwards. I don't want to play at too high a tempo, but I do want to push higher up and apply a little bit of pressure. Of course, as you could see by Chelsea's setup, they have a few centre mids fairly deep. So if we can try and pressure both Mikel and Matic when they're all on the ball, that would be great. Walcott goes on a run and then hits it out, and it almost goes out for a throw-in. Incredibly Walcott-esque there, but that is probably going to wrap up the first half, and it's been a pretty dull affair. Not too many chances either way, but to be honest, we've probably not had the better of that half. So I'm going to tell the players that we owe Chelsea for the last game where we lost 3-0. I want them to get revenge. Well, of course, we have got options off the bench to bring on some real kind of energy, high pace, high kind of threat players on off the bench to really terrorise the Chelsea backline, and that is something that I'm probably going to look to do maybe 15 minutes into this half. We have some really nice options who we can bring off the bench. Fitness levels across the squad may be an issue, but Ozil here with the cross only dealt as far as Khedira. Welbeck, Wiltshire, back out to Ozil. Options in the middle, loads of players. Back post, Welbeck with a chance. He cannot find it sway into the goal, and I think it was the player on the line who actually defended that in the end. But now a bit of play here by Chelsea. Is there another chance emerging here? Giroud flicks onto Welbeck. No chances going our way. That was a clear-cut chance apparently for Welbeck at the back post. Simply could not find its way into the goal. The ball. There was just so many people, and that really is a shame. As Hazard goes on an incredible run and almost directs it goalwards. And 60 minutes in, I'm going to look to make some changes here. Let's bring on Raheem Sterling for Ozil. Ozil's had a bit of a poor game. His fitness is struggling. Wiltshire's fitness is struggling. Of course, he's not really a first-choice player, so he's not 100% match fit. But you can see just on the condition front, a few players kind of starting to tail off, which is a little bit disappointing to see. But anyway, I'm going to bring on Khedira to play the deep line playmaker role, which he's not exactly made for. And then we're also going to bring on Flamini, so we've just got some fresh legs in the midfield. Because that is where I feel like Chelsea are going to try and exploit us the most. They're going to try and wear us down there. Of course, they've kind of got a triple threat up front of Hazard, Costa, and then I'm not sure who they've actually got on the right starting for them today, but it's kind of something to be wary of. And then Fabregas in the centre. Who is it out on the right? It's Cuadrado. Well, that is a triple threat and a half. He's got an option here to get it into the box, to the edge of Ramirez. We're pressing high, trying to stop the ball coming into the box, but it does find its way to Diego Costa, and that man does not need much of an invitation to inflict some pain. Right, I'm going to just switch to direct passing in higher tempo. I feel like we're not controlling the ball enough. Chelsea are kind of defending as quite a big unit. Giroud is doing okay, but we're not creating too many chances. He's a big man up top. We've been caught high up, though, here. Hazard with a chance, Hurstney with the save. Let's get on the tactical overview. Something has got to give here. I'm tempted, and in fact, I am going to do this. I'm going to play 3 up top. I'm doing it. You can't stop me. We're going to play 2 deep line forward supports with Raheem Sterling just behind us, the shadow striker. We are going to go for this game now and see how we get on. Debuchy and Marcelo, I'm also just going to push slightly higher up the pitch as wing-backs. 15 minutes left to get a goal. We need something to come our way, so I'm going to play 2 men off Giroud and hope that that can kind of work in our favour as he can get the knockdowns to Walcott and Welbeck. And, wow, Giroud with a fantastic opportunity there, and he passes it to Cech. He gives him the ball. Disappointing stuff, however. There is another chance here, of course. We are now chasing again. We are pressing a high line. Balanta has just murdered Cuadrado. He is going to see a red card here. That is the end of his game. Of course, he got sent off last time in the European game. So, becoming a slightly perhaps worrying trend is Balanta getting sent off. But that is a little bit of a down note to finish this game on. Looks like that is going to be all she wrote as well. 3 minutes of added time have almost elapsed, and it's been a pretty disappointing performance. We lose to Chelsea for the 2nd time this year, this time in the Capital One Cup quarterfinals. I'm going to tell the players that I'm disappointed with that performance. I expected a little bit more from us. We did not deserve to get anything from that game. We have got exactly what we deserved, which was absolutely nothing. Obviously, we rotated our squad, and I guess it's kind of backfired. It won't have backfired if we can beat Man City now, but I did try and bring on players to make an impact who I would have rather have rested if possible, and that may well have a bearing going into this game against Manchester City. So anyway, guys, that is going to wrap things up for today. Next episode will be the live com against Manchester City. That is a top-of-the-table clash, first v second. Winner will find themselves with a 3-point cushion at the top of the table, potentially. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. If you are subscribed, you'll get notified when that video hits sub boxes. If you've enjoyed this episode, smash the like button. And other than that, guys, hopefully you'll join me next time, where we will be taking on Manchester City, as already mentioned.